Hey there. This is a complaint post, I guess you could say. Having a problem with my fridge. The um, the freezer part works, but the fridge part doesn't because I think the vents are blocked or something. I don't know. I don't know. The problem I have is the reason I wanted to even make this short, hopefully, post it's just I find this whole my whole situation with this is I find it endemic with it's again it's one of the problems I have with reality, current reality. No one knows anything, and no one takes responsibility for anything. I've had 3 different guys visit me about the fridge. All of them looked at the fridge as if it was from outer space. They don't have a manual for it. None of them know anything about a fridge. And in fact, none of them, thinking back over it, you know what I mean? Like, initially, you just want the problem solved. You call who you think you should be calling. And, hopefully it gets fixed. But I always find I end up in the same situation. If there's a problem with my computer, if there's a problem with an appliance, something, well, not necessarily a computer's case, but often it's like with the fridge, it's not my responsibility in a sense. Like, I mean, it is my responsibility to, not abuse whatever I'm, using, but I haven't done anything to the fridge. I haven't even changed the settings from when it's been here for 3 years. Nothing has changed. But it doesn't work now. But anyway, the problem is when I think back over it, what's just making me I'm not calling my supervisor, my superintendent again about this because if I do, I'm going to scream at him because it always ends up with me doing research on the internet to find out like when I used to visit my doctor. All he would do is fucking prescribe a cortisone shot. You know what I mean? Cortisone has many magical powers because it can affect inflammation. It can affect, you know what I mean? So it can affect, if you have a rash, you can get rid of that. If you have a nasal thing, but he would never fix my problem. He would just offer a pill or a shot or something. He wouldn't explain anything. He wouldn't actually tell me what was going on. And you only realize this afterwards because you're going in there with I have a problem. I need help. I'm going to talk to, I'm asking the person who should help me. But I always end up in this same situation where I've spent energy to call people and get them to come by and, be inconvenienced. And they know nothing. They can't help me. They haven't been trained on it. And of course I've been there because I find every job is the same way. People ask me stuff about things at the store. And of course I don't know because no one's told me. There's a new sale on in the store. I don't know that. Oh, it's not even in the computer. Who's responsible for that? I don't know. Maybe the boss? And everything is like that. Everything. So I find myself, anyway. And of course, if for me to even talk about this, well, that's, I'm being neurotic or, if I feel irritated or annoyed or down by the fact that everyone who I could potentially call for help is probably incompetent. But, if I'm bothered by that, that must mean I'm depressed. I feel a little depressed. It's like, it's just a fridge, But right now I feel like, what am I going to do? I guess I'm going to call the superintendent for this building, who is just, by the way, a random person who probably has stayed long enough for them to, give him the job. He really doesn't know much. He just passes messages along to other knowledgeless, powerless people who then visit me and look at my fridge and are like, And then all of them, all three of them, they've opened the door, reached in, grabbed like my can of Coke and gone, it's real, it's nice and cold. And I'm like, you know, and then at one point the guy was like, I'm not trying to tell you that there's nothing wrong here. And I looked at him, and I was surprised actually that how unangry my voice came out. It came out very calm, but it was basically, really? That seems to be what you are telling me. You know? And again, you know, it's just the thing. I go on, and then he doesn't really have an answer. He just, none of them. Again, oh, sorry, and part of it, I don't even know any of their names. None of them introduced themselves. None of them said, hi, I'm Mike. I'm the handyman around here. Or, I'm, you know, John. I actually know what these fridges are, you know, or whatever. They're nameless. All three of them. All three of the guys that have visited. Is that professional? I don't know their names. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they have any skills. I assume they don't because they obviously don't know dick about my fridge. God. Anyway, so when I look at the fridge, I've been, of course, you know, now again, it's like with my other problems. I'm reduced to, okay, well, the people who should know about this don't, so I guess I'll have to take care of it myself. So I've been poking and prodding, and you know, we found a slider in the freezer. This is from max to min. Doesn't do a damn thing. When I look at what they say are the vents from the freezer to the fridge, they seem to be, when I, you know, feel with my finger and try to look in or whatever, they seem to be filled with styrofoam. And I even poured a little bit of water. I know that's a bad idea, but I poured a little bit of boiling water into one of those vents to see if anything would come out. Nothing did until I poked in there. And, of course, you know, this caused me another shot of anxiety because I figured I'd punctured a line or something. But I basically punched a hole in the styrofoam and water came out. So they're full of styrofoam. Maybe that... And again, I don't know how to open that up. I don't know, there's some screws there with some weird caps on them. It's not my job. I shouldn't have to. The first guy who came here should have been like, all right, well, let's check this. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's check that. Well, maybe it's that. Nope. All right, let's look at the manual. Yeah, let's open it. Oh, look, the vent's jammed. We got to clean that out. There you go. That's the way I was when I was a computer tech, not because of training, because I didn't know. Actually, I did know a fair bit when I started, which was good, but I became a lot better. In the year I worked there, I was an expert by, you know, month 6. I was fucking solving all problems, almost all of them, about 95%. A lot of them in the first few minutes because it was a simple thing like a modem. Okay, let's check this. I had my own routine that would actually tell me, yes, this actually is the problem. It was based on some of their stuff, but their stuff was random. It didn't, I don't know, again... Nobody seems to be interested in training to actually solve problems or even to know how, which I don't understand because it's the fundamental, it's what you do every day or used to. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so like I say, all the people, I'm reduced to, I'm going to basically call the superintendent, tell him everything I've already told him, and tell him that, you know, it's 15 degrees inside the fridge compartment. It should be about 5. I don't know how to clean it out or unblock the vents. I shouldn't have to. I don't have the manuals. They didn't leave them here. I checked my pile of instruction manuals. I have the manuals for the old fridge and the old stove in my previous apartment. They didn't give me the manuals for these. Too bad, because I would have actually kept them. Anyway, so I guess this was fairly coherent, so I'll probably post it. Maybe people will get a little laugh out of how indignant I am. Anyway, but, you know, and it's not, the problem with the fridge is not frosting up, because it's a modern fridge, actually. I don't think it does frost up. There's no sign of frost anywhere. There's no ice. You know, I don't know. Again, I think maybe the compressors, well, no, it's the vents. Anyway, 10 minutes are up. I hope everybody's having a better existence than I am.